We're just
No,
starting to live stream now.
well,
Hang
you'll
on,
see
coming
it come
through.
up soon.
Do I click go to the link? Is that what I do? Go to the link?
Yeah, and that'll take him to our YouTube link channel.
So did you click?
We're
Did
live
you click
now.
the event?
I'm on the event, right? Chris
Yeah,
Hansen created a private online group and it says the event.
yeah. Just wait there. If you hit accept as well at the top.
Mute yourself, Bori.
All these other stuff. Right?
Bori, mute yourself because we're live.
Oh.
That's
You just got to click the event. So if you boys click the event now, it should take you to our live stream. Go to our Facebook page.
We're live on YouTube.
Yeah. It's streaming live on YouTube now. You guys okay? You got to the event? Took you through to YouTube?
I'm just trying to help Bjorn find it. I see it on YouTube live.
Yeah.
So if you just go to the Facebook page and put and say join event, right at the
Yep.
top, it says join event, it will take you straight to the YouTube page for
That's
everyone
right.
that's staying at home.
Yeah.
Well, you just drop the link.
Well, the event is linked to the external link is to the YouTube page. Just mute your YouTube, boys, yeah, because otherwise it will feed back. Yeah. Awake. Well, the event is linked to the external link is to the YouTube page. Whose YouTube's that? Mute your YouTube, boys, yeah, because otherwise it will feed back.
Yeah, it works perfectly fine. Just don't have YouTube up at the same time, otherwise you get the wild feedback.
Yeah, you just got to mute your YouTube.
For that too. That's why
I don't know if I heard
dog.
the same. Did I hear the same thing 3 times then?
Watch out. The big dog on campus is swinging.
Oh man, it's just changing all this stuff, like because it's just costs, like with the webinars and like obviously off the back of what Facebook are doing anyway, your library's going to be smashed in 30 days' time from all the content you put live there. So,
Yep.
How many viewers we got right now?
Can't even see it. I've got a microphone.
Hey, Chrissy boy, I'm going to be working on this Alpha State of Mind hats. What do you reckon? Something for everyone.
Yes,
yeah,
please.
yeah.
Can we just get a logo sent to me as a PNG?
I sent it to you already, bro.
Yeah, but I mean with the whole what you got in the bottom corner there. The whole thing.
Oh, you want that one? Yeah, I can send that to you. No
Yeah,
worries.
just like the whole logo. That would be great.
I just sent you the because
That's
ideally
something
we,
like-
ideally we just want to be the actual, you know what I mean? Like you don't want to have
Line.
words at the bottom. You just want the line as the logo. Like
Yeah.
how I don't know, like Ralph Lauren just has their little horse.
Yeah, but Ralph Lauren is like $1 trillion company and the world knows them.
Are you saying I can't become a multi-billion-dollar company?
What about that? What about that logo from what's that? Wolf of Wall Street. You know that what was that? Clementine? No, you know that he's got the lion and he's holding
Stratman
the
Oakmont or something like that.
Oakmont. Yeah,
I changed my name to Alpha
Stratton
Wolf.
Oakmont.
Stratton
We're 1 minute until live.
Live. Yep, that's my autism.
Bing.
Oh
I
boy.
mean, Facebook is no good anymore, huh?
Oh, I fixed my back. Oh, look at this. The alpha arms.
Yes.
Okay,
They're taking away the whole streaming Facebook and deleting it, eh?
correct, mate.
All right, we've got 4 guys watching right now. Amazing number.
You welcome,
Is that
legends.
is that us
All
four?
right, we are on the hour, boys. Let's hit the record to the cloud and get underway.
Oh yeah.
Connecting cloud. Bang! Happy Fab Friday, folks. Thanks for joining us. Hope you've had an amazing week, and we're excited for today's session. So this is a continuation from last week and the Jedi Knight that is known as Bori's son, sharing with us some incredible content creation, then leading into creating meta ads and lead generation. And today, Bori, it's all good having these sessions and watching them or watching the replay. And on that note, I'm just going to quick little message, right? So previous sessions, we were streaming live to Facebook that some of you might be accustomed to, but we are putting all our content onto our YouTube page, right? Because YouTube's the greatest platform on the globe, most certainly. But the reason we're streaming live to YouTube now over Facebook is Facebook yet again have come out with another meta change, as they always do. And they've said whatever content we live stream will only remain on the page for 30 days. And that's not what we want, because for you folks that are watching us, collaborating with us, we want you to have this incredible library of content with purpose and intent for life, not just for the next 30 days. So that if you miss a session and you go back 35 days time, you can't see it on Facebook because it's gone. Well, guess what? It's going to stay in YouTube for life and forever, right? So we are going to be directing everything more so over to YouTube going first. So sorry if there's been a little bit of a pivot this week and you're used to seeing us live via Facebook page. What we're doing, we create the event in their Facebook page of the Agents Weekly Blueprint, the Alpha State of Mind group. Okay. And that event, if you click on the event, it will link you to our live, well, our YouTube page, but then you can see that we're actually streaming live as we are right now. So just note that. And again, if you want to go back to previous sessions, you just hit that video button at the top there, the videos button, and it'll take you back to all the incredible content. Bori, nearly 1,000 views off the session last week, man. You obviously brought fire, my friend. So no pressure to the next chap that's up today, but you've definitely set the bar higher. So today, folks, I just want to really quickly share my screen, and then we're going to hand over to the host, Tony Lawson. But mate, from your session last week, Bori, watching, talking, action, implementation is everything. I want to share with the viewers the implementation that I took myself this week through the meta ads that you helped us with last week in building the lead forms. So what I've done is I've created that free ebook on maximize your home value that I give out to people via the PDF document or the Google Drive link as the call to action link in the ad, and what it's done for me. Now, I only launched this ad on Monday, so it's really only been 4 days essentially. And again, folks, I'm focusing on high intent on the quality of leads, not mass volume of leads. And just to reiterate, the real emphasis of these sessions, folks, whether it's you taking things in-house from meta ads and lead forms through to what Tony's going to jump into today and covering off just some basic stuff of how to be a world-class editor, video producer, and in that production mode. So you don't have to outsource all this business, right? Don't get me wrong. You can go spend hundreds and thousands of dollars on your own lead gen and get somebody else to do it. Actually, I've just got an email from somebody today that says, hey, Chris, how could you handle another 40, what did they say? 40 new leads every month, right? I'm not interested in them. We're trying to help you industry agents take control, whether it be lead generation, whether it be dominating video content, as Tony's going to step you through today. But numbers don't lie, boys. I just want to share with the viewers real quickly my meta ad campaign from Monday to today. Can you see my meta ads account there, lads?
Yep.
So this is the ads that this is the ad that I launched on Monday, the maximize your home value ad, right? So there's the ebook, learn more, free, maximize your home value.
Can you guys see it? Because I can't see
I
it.
really like that. That looks
Boy,
good.
you're on dial-up, man. Yours is coming through probably.
I
about
think
10
my internet's
minutes.
bad though. So just ignore. As long as you guys can see it, it's fine.
Buri's a tech genius, still doing all this on dial-up, right? But
He still loads his apps on a cassette tape. Commodore 64.
he's still on VHS. He's still
He's got
on
a cartridge at the
VHS.
back. He's playing Radar
Where's
Rat
the
Race in
floppy
the Big
disk
20.
going?
I don't know what's going on. So I just
He's
ignore
got-
you guys. As long as everyone else can see it, it's fine.
He still listens to music on the CD disc Walkman, right?
Record
but
his
anyway-
song from radio.
But there you go. That's that ebook that Bori gave us for free last week, the content, right? So that's the lead gen ad campaign. Now, as you can see here for me, look at that. It's still learning. So even though I've been 4 days into this campaign, every day it's learning. Now, I did a story on Tuesday and my ad spend per lead at that time was a bit over $15. So because the campaign's continuing to learn, I'm now down at $14.47 to attract a genuine homeowner and potential seller lead. Okay. So I don't know about you folks, but $14 to get a genuine seller lead, not just 40 data sources of mobile, email, first name, surname. These are active sellers that are making moves in 2025. So from that, I've managed 5 appraisal opportunities, folks. Now, again, these aren't hot. They're not selling today, tomorrow, right? There's a couple in there that are 30 to 90 days. There's a couple in there that are 90 plus days, and there's one there that's a little bit unsure and looking to upsize and obviously needs to cash out. What I'm finding from those lead campaigns, though, folks, I'm sure we're all experiencing it in this marketplace. Everyone wants to move, sitting on a lot of equity. They want to cash out, but they got nowhere to go. So those 5 opportunities I've got were pretty much people that are in that situation more so than not. Downsizers, upsizers, equity, got to sell to buy, would like to do both at the same time. So having conversations about not just selling, but where are you going, right? So anyway, I just wanted to show that implementation's everything, Bori, from that session last week. Thanks for sharing. But over to the main host today, Mr. Tony Lawson, who has extensive history and experience both in radio and TV production. I'm not going to steal your thunder with some of the, the key figureheads and celebrities essentially that you've worked across both industries, man. But again, you've walked it. You've done video and TV editing and production. So today you're going to share with us your skills and experience of how the everyday industry real estate agent can put together very simple and basic video content, focusing on editing it, focusing on your auditing, your audio, and then the final production and output of it all. So, Mr. Lawson, my main man, over to you, brother.
All right, guys. Now, you might be like Buri and you don't know how to program your JVC VCR. You've still got it hooked up to a coaxial cable with an antenna. But what I'm going to do is go through the stuff that's fairly simple. I'm not going to overcomplicate you. I'm not going to give you too much to think about. And not because I don't think you can do it, but I think that once you learn the basics and you're confident in doing the basics, you're going to be okay. Now, I'm doing this on a Mac. You can do this on your phone. I think the phone's a little bit different with transitions, but you'll get the vibe. There's always a level of figuring things out when you play with it. So I'm just going to open up my screen here. I'm going to go into CapCut. I'm going to share it. As you can see, I've got a lot of stuff going on here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a project, and I'm just going to call. So we've opened up CapCut. This is CapCut. You download this. You can use the free version. I use the pro version because it's got more features. So
how much is the pro version, man, per year?
Gosh, I can't even remember. I think it's like about 140, 150 bucks. It's about
150 bucks. Spot on, man. Spot on. Yeah.
Is it? Okay, yeah, cool. Because these things change. But yeah, it's about 12 bucks a month, about the cost of a Spotify or a Netflix.
For the viewers, I've just dropped the link in the comments or the chat that's happening live. G'day, Jody. Thanks for joining us live. I've just dropped the link for the CapCut. And again, just a reminder, there is a free version that has some limitations. The paid version for 150 bucks per year to do all your video content. I don't know about you boys, but I can't remember the last time I've had a professional video to come out on site to video and edit the production for me. I do it all myself, as Tony's going to show you. But also, Tony's going to show you the desktop, but there is a mobile app too that I use. So this is going to be good for me, man, because I use the app a lot more so than the desktop. So seeing the desktop, the versatility between the both is going to be great.
Yeah, the phones are really good. If you've got a sort of a new phone, very quick. I'm just using a Mac Air with an A1 chip. I think A1 or A2. But you need that one if you want to do high quality. You could use a MacBook Pro with an i7 or something like that, but it has its limitations. So this is what I'm using right now. So you've opened up CapCut. These are all the projects. You go create project. So we're going to create a project here. Let me see, because I've got the Zoom thing there. I think it says you can change it. So we're going to do this. I'm going to call this Alpha State of Mind, ASOM. Well, that's what we call it because that's what we are. So ASOM test. So let's do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to import from some folders. Now, it doesn't matter where you fold where your folder is or wherever it is. You can just open up your folder and just drop it in there. So today, I don't think you can see that. Here we go. So this is a click and drag. I'm not sure whether you can see my screen with the folders there, but
Can, mate. Yep. Come through in
there
the
we go.
timeline.
There we go. So let's just sort of take a look at that for a second. So the production part can be pretty boring, but just feel free to chat and you know in, into into whatever. Okay, here we go. So what I'm doing here is I've clicked B, and that's my blade, and the blade is where I'm essentially cutting tape, so to speak. So my two buttons are B and A. A is where I can grab things. B is where I can cut things, as you can see. So I'm just sort of going to look through because we've got a house here. I've recorded this mostly in order. So we're going to start from the outside of the property. So if I can zoom in here. So when I'm zooming in, and if you're using a PC, you might be using your control button, or if you're using a mouse, you've got your scroll wheel. Okay, but generally on a Mac, you're using your what we call the command or the Apple button, or if it's a PC, you're using a control button. Now I'm using a touchpad, two fingers on the touchpad. No jokes, guys, because I tested this out last night and I thought I'm going to say things that people are going to laugh at. They're going to sound like a double entendre. So zooming in and out, we can do that. So we're looking here, pushing the A button there. And what you can do as well, you can highlight as well. So use your mouse button and you hold it down and you click and you can move that across there. So that makes it fairly simple. Let's start. So first of all, what I like to do is find a song. So let's find a nice song.
So, mate, just so this is obviously a property that you've gone out and you've used your phone to produce this video.
Yep, yep.
Cool. So this is
So
just like a walkthrough, man. Like you're creating a reel here.
what I'm
But
doing
you
is
can
I'm creating a video. This is not just a walkthrough. I've kind of done a bit of sort of each individual room has got its panning. So I've done a bit of panning on each room. I've tried to be like a super professional, but you know, in this case, I've just used my phone. So if you've got a gimbal with a mirrorless camera, or you've got a lens on it, then you can, I would imagine, take better quality. But here I'm the human gimbal in this one, and I've just sort of gone through in the sense of this is how I want it to look like. Some panning shots, some zoom out shots, and zoom in shots. But that's me manually doing that.
Cool.
So, so yeah, you know, and this is just a one you could put on Facebook. This isn't a widescreen. This is just a portrait on the phone. So I'm going to pick some music. I don't know whether you can hear that.
Yep, we can.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click and drag it. I can click and drag it. I can hit the add button there, but I'm just going to click and drag it. So let's do this. Let's start. I'll try and be as quick as possible, but at the same time, showing you and telling you what I'm doing. So you might want to, oh, that's right. That's what I mentioned.
That
So
really looks cool.
yeah, yeah. So one of the things
That is 90% more than what most agents are doing. Just that there, right? Without any effects or anything like that. Mate,
exactly.
can you just explain though the ratio difference, right? Because some right now are watching this at basic intermediate level. Like you've shot
Absolutely.
this obviously in portrait. What's the difference between portrait and landscape, man?
Well, the difference between portrait and landscape is the portrait is, say, if you're scrolling through Facebook videos, they're going to fill your screen. But when you turn your screen to the side, and it's a bit widescreen, or you're watching Netflix on your phone or on TV, that's widescreen. So
So
widescreen is widescreen, portrait is
yep.
up and down.
So the most common question I get, Tony, is if I'm loading my video onto Facebook, what ratio should I use more so predominantly?
Well, that ratio would be, I believe it's, oh, my eyesight is so terrible. I believe it's like 9:16.
Spot on. And if I'm repurposing something to YouTube, what should I be using on YouTube?
Well, it depends if you're doing like a story or a reel or anything like that, but that would be 16:9.
Spot on. So just go click open that ratio again, mate. So again, guys, you can download this in multiple ways. So 16 by 9 is great for content on YouTube, right? Because
As you
people
can see
can
on the
watch it on
sides,
bring
it's
it.
white.
They can bring you up on their big screen, right, at home and watch it. Obviously, the other ratio 9:16 is great for if you're doing reels, news feed stuff, stories like that. So pretty much, look, what I do predominantly is I'll do 9:16 for Instagram, Facebook, and then the other ratio, which was 16 by 9, was it again, mate?
Yeah,
Yes.
16 by 9.
16 by 7 the numbers. 16 by 9 is great for YouTube.
Yeah,
So
I'll
you can
also
4
change
by
the
jump
9.
in,
ratio very
guys.
easily.
With what Tony is doing. So if you want to build a TikTok audience or YouTube audience, you want lots of subscribers. These are the type of videos you do because when people are scrolling on the reels on TikTok or even on Instagram, they genuinely, if they like this content, they can just hit subscribe right there. So building shorts and all those bits and pieces can build an audience real quick.
Yeah, and on that note, timing wise, man, like what would you try and keep your short impact, whether it be a reel, a TikTok short, a YouTube short? What's the ideal time frame for a video?
About a minute.
Yeah,
People
Sweet.
over time have lost their attention span,
yeah.
so you want to sort of capture them quickly, and you want to get to the point really quickly too. You know, times are gone when you kind of had a bit of space at the start where you could sort of ease into it. You want to capture them quickly, and and it depends what type of content it is. Like ours, ours is an hour, but if you're doing these types of reels, I would say a minute. It doesn't have to be exactly a minute, but it's actually if you can get it to a minute, it makes it easier when you upload to TikTok. Because if you can upload a what I call a cold video with no music on it, you can choose music on TikTok and it won't come up. You won't get any copyright issues, and they're usually around a minute. So I would say a minute.
I agree. I love 60-second videos. You can repurpose on Instagram Reels, obviously, and stories. It's a quick attention grab both on Facebook. I even use LinkedIn, mate, for quick attention grab videos on there. I know we haven't spoken about LinkedIn, but if
Yeah.
you're after a certain type of professional caliber of client, maybe that's your high-end client that owns homes, that they might be on LinkedIn more than they are TikTok for
Yeah.
luxury properties. 60-second videos are great on LinkedIn as well as TikTok, as you mentioned.
Yep. So getting into this, again, I use two shortcut function keys. That's B and A, right? Again, I'm keeping this simple because I actually produce fairly simply, because you don't want to sort of clutter your mind with all kinds of different functions and keys at the start. You just want the simple stuff. So really, what we've got here is a mouse clicker or a touchpad clicker, B for blade, and A for I call it all. All means you can just select. Yep. A is really that one there, and B is your blade. That's your cutter. So if I can actually, let me see if I can bring that down a little bit. There you go. So you can see a little better. Okay. So what we're looking at here is 30 Blanche Avenue in Hindmarsh Island. So I'm just going to cut it there, and I'm going to hit A there, B, and then I'm sort of zooming in there. I sort of cut it to there actually.
Whilst Tony's doing a live edit here now, folks, this is cool, man. We need like another camera for you, like above where you are, so we can see what you're clicking on
Yeah.
as well. That might
Yeah.
be for
Yeah. Yeah.
future sessions. But essentially, what he's doing with A and B is your toolbar up at top. You can select the same tools to do the same. He's just using his keypad on his keyboard, obviously, of his Mac to do it. Um,
So cut
but
out.
the great thing about CapCut while he's doing this is I used to do a lot of video editing production, and I know a lot of video editors, producers still do. They use things like Adobe Premiere Pro, right? And I don't know if you've used Adobe Premiere Pro, lads, but you've either got to do a university degree to really understand everything that's inside of it, or watch hours and hours, and I mean hundreds of hours of YouTube content. I mean, it's a pretty cool platform and program. Obviously, it's not mobile based, so it is only desktop, laptop based. CapCut, I just found going from Adobe Premiere Pro to CapCut, it's almost idiot proof, and there's as
Yeah.
much cool content that if you get stuck somewhere on CapCut, you can literally just go to YouTube and say, how do I drop in music or a soundtrack to my video in CapCut? Like, there's content you can rewatch on anything in editing in CapCut on YouTube.
Exactly. So whenever I'm sort of again doing this is A, this is B. So what I'm doing here is I'm just sort of scrolling through. I've got a couple of clips missing, but we're not going to worry about that today. We're just going to sort of just edit it in some kind of order that it's in. There we go.
Bjorn's just said in the commentary that this is even easier to do using the CapCut app on your phone. So it's funny, Tony, like Bjorn's like me. I use the desktop app and I get a little bit lost. Whereas if I do it on my phone, I'm super efficient. And again, it's probably just because I've used it more on my phone than on my desktop. Because I find for me, when I'm shooting content, you're shooting on your phone. You can edit it pretty much on the spot on your phone and get it out really quick. But I
Totally.
know there's a few little more things you can do on the desktop app. Yes. But for speed and efficiencies, we might have to get the great Kunzel on a session. Maybe, he could host a CapCut on the mobile application edit in due course. We'd love to have him on here, mate.
Here we
You
go.
guys are definitely right,
Jo-
man. CapCut was
Jody's just
be used on the phone.
Yeah, Jody's just said the thing I love best about CapCut is the fact that you can completely isolate your voice from the background noise, even if there's cars. Yes. So that is the reduce noise option, which is incredible. I know you've made note about the DJI mics there or the Rode mics, Buri as well. If you don't have mics or DJIs or Rode mics like this, pretty cost effective. I think this was 389 for two mics and a receiver, thereabouts. But yeah, if you're just starting out, just using your phone is completely fine. The reduced noise filter on CapCut AI is insane. Unreal. Like I've literally had my lapel mic pick up, a lot of wind because it's been a windy day, and I didn't actually put not the lapel, sorry, just the mic itself, and I didn't have the lapel on that blocks out a lot of noise. But I've been on site, recorded a video, and the mic's actually picked up a fair bit of wind because the mics are sensitive too, and just that reduced noise filter has been incredible from an AI perspective within CapCut.
The DJI 2s, Chris.
Yeah.
So you don't have to take out the mic to hit the play button to hear yourself. So you can leave it plugged
Ah,
in. You get what I mean? You know how we always do the test?
yeah.
Yeah. So you can leave it plugged in and hit play, and you can still hear the playback.
How though? When it's plugged in your phone because it's blocking the
I
audio.
don't know. They did something. They upgraded it. So DJI 2, get the number 2 mic because
Is
there's
this
someone.
is this one? I've got version
That's,
one.
I think you got version 1 like mine. Yeah.
Well,
So
guys,
version
this is for sale now for 199 bucks. If you're interested, DM me.
because when we record, we always do like a test run. But when we want to hear the playback, we have to take out the mic and then hear it. It gets a bit
Yeah.
confusing. But if you get number 2, you don't need to unplug it. You just leave it in, and you can just hear it.
Just
So
want
what
to
Bori's saying is you get this receiver, you plug it into your phone on site like so. But if you do a record and you want to play back your record to hear what the audio is like or how you sound, you can't unless you take this receiver out. So what he's saying in version 2, you can leave receiver in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, actually goes low, 149, guys, to be honest with you. So if you're interested, just yeah, again, DM me.
So I'm at this part here. I recorded most of the way down the corridor. So there's an option here where you can actually speed up the tape. Well, you can do actually a couple of things here. It depends what direction you're going in the house. You can reverse it. So if you record it forwards, you can reverse it backwards so it looks like you're coming backwards. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to jump up into speed. And you can double the speed, triple the speed. You can actually turn it 100 times, which is actually crazy. But I'm just going to see if I can do it, say, 8 times speed. Oh, that might be too quick. Let's see. Okay, so what CapCut doesn't do, and I'll be honest, there when it speeds up the uh, tape, I'll call it tape because I'm old school. It sort of looks a little jilted, as you can see, but it's an effect. So
That's in editing mode though, but when you export it, it'll be a lot smoother, yeah. Because
smoother, yeah,
I find with CapCut, yeah, when you're in editing mode, it can look a bit like glitchy because obviously there's a lot happening inside the app right now. Like you got 4K quality video happening and you're trying to chuck in sound and effects and all of that. So if it does look glitchy, don't let that worry you, folks. Once you export it, it will look smooth.
exactly. And there's options there to improve the quality of the footage, and there's also stabilizing options as well. And I'll show you that soon. Actually, let's
Jody
just
just asked, how do you reverse it?
oh. Put the thing down, flip it and reverse it. Easy. So what you do on a Mac, what you do is you hit well, I'm using Control, and you go up
Yep.
to Edit, and then you've got your options here: reverse, mirror, rotate, crop ratio, but you can reverse it there. So let's reverse it. It's usually pretty quick. You can see.
No way. I didn't know this. There you go. I wonder if that's on the app.
It will be.
So
Yeah.
so almost
It
it's
is. It is
almost like
actually. Yeah.
this. So you can take this shot here like that, and you could cut it halfway.
And then
Yep.
so it pans one way and then it reverses back the other way.
Yep. And then you can go reverse here, and then oh, do that. There we
You
go.
gotta wait for it to program, I think. Oh no.
Yeah, that's cool.
Ooh,
And
That's
you have your
awesome.
very
music playing,
professional.
very sexy. Yeah, I'm in a house. Yeah, we're going the other direction now, so we can.
That's
So
cool.
um, that's something here. When I was recording this, I was actually recording this up against the mirror, the window. So, oh, a bit of blur. There we go. A bit of light refraction. Oh, sexy. So, we're just gonna go here. Oh, yeah, nice.
Might have to do a video on some camera techniques, Tony.
Yeah, yeah. What I like to do as well is look, this is just a way for you to sort of get a video out to your clients if you're doing sort of a walkthrough and you've got some buyer's agents or a buyer in another state or another part of town.
Great point.
But the other thing is that utilizing your videographer's footage as well. Look, I have a good relationship with my videographer, and I actually say to them, send me all the stuff, send me your mix down, and then send me your mix down with just my voice with no music. And that way I can edit it and I can turn it into a like for example, we've got a house in Fullerton. They've got a really big TV on the wall. And so what I do is I play the video on loop without me and
Oh,
Denzel, the other agent, sort of in it or talking. It's just a video of just the rooms in the house. So it gives a
that's
sexy
awesome.
feel when you're doing an open. So here I'm trying some tricks, and I don't know whether I've done very well here. See, I'll show you. See, I'm trying to sort of go, oh, what can I do? Oh, don't worry about that. Like, should I do that? Should I do that? So that didn't work, obviously. So get rid of that. It's, I don't think I like that one there either.
So do you like, because you're chopping here, right? Do you have like, what's the ideal seconds from one frame shot to the next? Do you do it like 2, 3 seconds? Do you have a preference or do you keep
No,
it
it depends on the
consistent?
music.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? You got to find the beat, the tune. That's the thing here, folks, too. Like you got to feel the vibe as you're editing it, like
Exactly.
almost feeling yourself walking through in the beat, and there's certain drops of music, and what image should be that drop, at that drop of
And
that music point as
with
well.
CapCut as well, there's a feature at the top in those little feature section. If you press that button, you can actually find the beat drop as well. It will indicate where the beat drop is.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know about that because I don't use it.
Where is that on the desktop? Do you know? Is it?
Yeah, it's right. I can see it, but I don't know how to explain how to get there.
Why don't you just
So if
tell
you
me
click
where
on the music, click
my
on
close?
You got
the
to click on the
music
music
bar.
and the yeah.
I think that little one of those little triangle things next to the free. That says little free.
That
One of those things will add the marker to the
add
beat drop.
markers.
Next AI.
I reckon it's that AI one or the one next to it. That little triangle thing
Yeah.
Maybe
next to that
next
next to that
time
button.
because I don't know that one because
Yeah, but you can.
I'm an old school producer, so I just that's the drop there. You see, like
Oh, you can see it in the music graph.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I've got that muted, but like all of those there, you can just sort of see it and you can
The
edit and
peaks
click.
and the troughs in the
So,
music. Yeah.
so here we go. So I might, right, and then here we go. No, that one there.
So basically, he's finding the little peaks in the music, and he's just cutting to where the peaks are. So every transition that goes through, it transitions during a peak of the music, and it just makes
The
things
drop.
a
Which
bit
is
more
not what I've
better.
even done, to be honest, because what I've done here is I've just sort of like gone through the basics, but that's the next level. Like you edit to the beat. So I might
Couple of
Let me just
questions, Tony,
ask,
of the group. Yeah, go, Bori.
do you have transitions between each slide?
no, it depends. Look, it depends what you're trying to do. Like it might be a case of say for example here, going to there, right? You might sort of go up into now transitions up
Let's
here,
talk about that.
top
Yep.
left. Okay, we're probably second from captions. You
Yep.
click. In the pro version, you get all the cool stuff. In the free version, you don't get the cool stuff. But this is where you can sort of click and drag this. So for example,
It
go
zooms
here.
in.
Yeah,
Just play that again.
and they just click and drag. See?
That's cool.
Yeah. So that's something you can do because it's a bit of a zoom in. It's like we're skipping the whole driveway, and
Bjorn asks,
That's gold.
Tony, do you use an app to record like Momenzo that puts the clips together?
uh, I don't, but Momenzo's good. Momenzo has really good stabilizing um, software built into it. I know Bjorn Kunzel uses that, and I really like it. And Bjorn does some really great videos with Momenzo. So, but no, I don't use that. I'm a bit of a hands-on.
Yeah.
I like to
So you're
edit
just shooting this
myself.
straight on your camera on your phone, mate, and it's just into your gallery on your phone, and then you're uploading it to edit in the CapCut app,
Exactly. Yeah.
desktop
Yeah.
app.
Exactly.
Jody,
Look,
probably for me, like I probably try and limit it to two, three transitions a video over 60 seconds. You don't want it to be, I mean, you can see there's a lot of transition opportunities there. I mean, there's probably 38 different cuts where you're moving from one section of the home to the next. So there'll be a lot of transitions. But yeah, I just find sometimes, it's about the home at the end of the day, ultimately, but having a transition around maybe a real dollar shot is where I focus on. So it
yeah.
might be one, the entrance, that first sort of 5 seconds of the video to captivate the audience. Then you might do it halfway in around the kitchen, maybe, which is the dollar shot inside. And then if they've got a killer entertaining area or a pool, I'll do a transition out there. So it really just scopes the wow factor and it just really enhances the wow factor of the home. So two to
Yeah.
three is what I stick to.
There we
So
go.
while Tony's doing that, Chris, what can we do with these type of videos to build audience and what essentially what can we do with these videos?
Well, number one, you can do it on every property opportunity that you
Mhm.
list without having to spend hundreds of dollars on a videographer yourself. You can repurpose that on your social channels. So
Yeah.
for me, guys, any property I get, I put it onto my social channels for all my followers to see it there first, right? So
Yeah.
you create this engaging audience that go to you first on your socials because they know they're going to see properties there before it's even on realestate.com. So for me, mate, running coming soon pre-release campaigns, videos on my social is really cool. Number two, well, we talked about YouTube at the beginning here, mate. And if
Yeah.
you want to build a library that you have for the entirety of your career of real estate selling, you can have every property that you list and transact the videos housed in your content library of YouTube. But also, it's great for if you're sitting in a lounge room and maybe you're showcasing a testimonial of a
Mhm.
client of a similar circumstance or home that you're trying to list. You can jump on your YouTube and say, Bori, actually, I just helped some clients in your same situation. Here's a video. Jump on my YouTube. Let's just watch it. And this is what they said about how I help them not just sell, but buy a property.
Yeah.
There's a lot of added benefits, but it's really awareness engagement, mate, really is the
Like
biggest
Chris,
That's right.
focus. Me.
Chris, the other thing I like is putting together a case study where, in terms of like, you can have these
Mm.
videos, you put it together, you can have the testimonial, and right at the end, you go, look, this is how many people came through, this was the marketing that we spent, and this was the final result. This is what they wanted, and you can show that at a listing presentation. But you can also have it on YouTube when the clients are actually researching you as well.
I mean, Bjorn's the best when it comes to video testimonials with the clients in their lounge room, cracking
Yeah.
a beer, a bottle of champagne, or out the front of the signboard. Folks, if you have every opportunity, like I see so many agents miss opportunities, particularly when a deal goes unconditional. They call them, "Hey, boy, congratulations, we got the finance approval. It's now sold. We'll be in touch as we lead towards settlement," right? And then the agent goes out there and just bangs up the sold sticker, right, and doesn't actually involve the client. So what we do is we go out with the client firstly to give them the opportunity to put the sold sticker up. Okay. But we ask them, we say, hey guys, look, as a locally owned business, the biggest testament and the backbone to our business is repeat and referral of business. And if you got a spare 60 seconds, would you mind just giving me a quick testimonial in front of the signboard whilst we're putting the sold sticker up, just to convey your overall experience and how I've helped your entire journey here? Capture that moment. All those testimonials, as Marco said, if you could build that on your social media pages or your YouTube, how powerful is that? And then you can repurpose it if you want to dominate an area, specifically a suburb or a postcode.
Mm.
Imagine if you've got 20 testimonials, 30 testimonials on your YouTube page in that area over a 12-month period, 24-month period. No other agent's going to be doing that. You can now sit in a lounge room with conviction and say, Marco, here's a case study of 975 Stebbin Heath Road, 2,000 square meter big block and development that we did together, right, with the clients. Hear what the client has to say. That's conviction.
Absolutely. Love that.
Yep, I agree. I would say to anybody who's an agent today in 2025, collect as much footage as you can from properties, from clients, just signboards, area, even getting local footage. Just get local footage because you might be doing a video about, I don't know, let's just say Salisbury North, and you might want to collect parks, schools, shops, things like that. And then you're like, oh, yeah, cool. And you can just flick it in there. And now, instead of having to pay a professional to go out and do it for you, you've got all this local footage, and that's gold. And you can make little promos. Like I love making little promos. You can see on my page, I've got sort of selfies, me talking to the video. I'm talking to clients. I've got sold stickers put up. You can make this. CapCut helps you easily make your own promos. So what I've done is I've pretty much put the video. You can see it playing in the background. And it doesn't have to be perfect. And you'll be surprising yourself because you might end up making something incredible. You might be a human gimbal and never have any shakes. You'll be making better videos than anyone. So that's really good. But what I want to get into now is to put some text to the video. So this is, I'm going to go default text. Keep it simple. Default text. Now, default text is great. I'm just going to move the screen here. So here, what we're going to do is we've clicked on text at the above top left. You've got media, audio, then you've got text. So you click on there and you can drag it down. And this is like a channel. It's like a track. So we work out where we want the default text to end. We want it to end about there, let's say. So you can see I've dropped it there, and I'm going to put the marker there, and I'm going to click on that. And then I'm going to go up here and I'm going to go 30 Blanche Avenue, Hindmarsh Island. Let's see how that works. Right, so if we click on that again and we come over to the top right, we have animation. Now, you've got all these different options. As you can see, you can have your text do this. I'm very simple. I like fade in, right? And out, we fade out. And we look down here, we'll play it, and let's see how it plays out. 30 Blanche Avenue, as it gets to here. And you can see the little lines there, fades out.
Cool.
So, but what I want is a bit more of a fade out. So not that. What am I looking at? Because I've got my zoom thing there. Let's go animation, fade out. Down here, you can have it in like that. So you can have like a 1 and 1.2 seconds. And you can actually already have your out there. So there's little lines there extend.
I'm just going to add, folks, you don't need to do this on every video, right? You can actually set this up as a master template. So your transitions, your effects, your text is all the same, right? Probably building out the template the first time takes the longest, Tony. But when you've got your template with all your effects, transitions, and text, what you can do is you can just drop in the next video into the feed here, the production feed, and everything's already in there, right? Because once you edit it, you export it, you load it to YouTube, you don't need that video anymore. It's always on YouTube, okay? So next time you go to do video 2, everything's there. All you do is drop in that new video that you've shot, and bang, you're just cutting it to suit the music. Maybe what I find, man, is I'm only just changing the song really. My effects, my transition, my text will stay the same. And then all I'm doing is just timing where I'm panning into what room, depending on what that music's doing, if I choose a new, a bit of music, obviously. So you can actually replicate it once you create the template.
Yeah, absolutely. I always envied those producers in my time in radio who'd have their Pro Tools and they'd have like their templates, their effects and everything like that. I always built mine from scratch. So because I just go, well, it's a completely new house. It's completely different. Look, I'm a little unsystemated like that. So what I'd like to do is I just know how I like to transition and things like that. But if you are the type of person that needs templates, absolutely, and you can do that in CapCut. And what you can do is you can duplicate your projects as well. Because the beautiful thing about CapCut is the space it takes up is only the vision, and it will shortcut link to your videos in the folders. So, and eventually you can just delete them and you'll have your templates because you've copied them over. So, we've got this here. We've got the name there, but sometimes what will happen is as you come in you might lose the text. See, so that's a bit annoying. So you can choose to extend that out. You might want to keep that like that and let it go out. That's totally up to you. And if you've got a logo or whichever, you can import that in and you can just add that to the end. A couple of things I wanted to mention about CapCut because it's a little bit tricky. There's some things that'll catch you. And on the phone, I believe it does that as well. If I was to delete, say down here, right, this is the first track where everything imports in. If I was to delete that, it takes my music away. See how it just takes everything away? Really annoying. So what I tell everyone to do is highlight the lot and then just bring it up one, right? And that way, if you delete that, you don't lose your music and everything because that's a pain in the butt when that happens because
Tony, those blue things at the top right corner of the master there. If you untick those, that will stop that from happening.
there you go. You see,
Yeah.
because I never worry about these ones. The only things I ever worry about are the shortcuts because again, it's about keeping it simple. Because there's a lot to learn with video editing software. Now I use DaVinci, I use Final Cut Pro, I use Premiere Pro, which is Adobe, and CapCut. They're all kind of the same, right? But they're all a little bit different. So there's a lot to learn. But if you understand the basics of how to do this, you'll be right. And Bori does know all those little shortcuts because he actually makes animations on CapCut. He's very good at that too. Go to what's it, Snugglebug TV?
Something like
Yeah, it's good.
that.
So that's I would say is that's the basics. That will get you started. Everything else is just a bit of fun. You might click on say.
Can we watch the full thing?
Yeah, let's watch the full thing with the music. There we go.
You might have to just, sorry, mate, we might not hear the music. Just unshare your screen. And then when you go to reshare, you'll see to the right-hand side of Zoom, there'll be a little box to say share screen audio, I think. Because I think we're just getting your playback through your speaker. So just go share again. And before you click the share button to the right-hand side, there should be share audio.
Wait
Screen audio.
So let me just do this. So there, before I share, and you're saying share or okay, audio.
See share sound. There should be share sound before you're choosing what screen you're sharing.
Select speaker, switch to phone audio settings. Oh my gosh, I need glasses. Tony's iPhone microphone. No, same system as
No. So you're clicking share button.
Yep, share.
Click the share button, then the screen pops up. The window pops up, which you got to select what screen you're going to share, and then there's a share sound button to the right.
Gotcha.
Click that because that'll share the audio through your laptop.
Oh, there we go. Allow. Here we go. We're here. Can you see my CapCut?
Yep.
Yeah, man. Go.
Okay, let's do this full screen. There we go. And
Pick up you.
let's play this beautiful radio.
It's actually really good.
Running down the corridor. Dangerous. What do you get? That's what it's all about, peeps. Oh, okay. Before we do this, just a little side note. If you go,
Shorten it.
you can fade the music out. And in addition, we can come up here to animations and we can go fade out. So you got options in, out, or combo. We're going to fade out and we're going to fade that vision.
There we go.
That was super cool, Tony.
That
Really
was
cool.
awesome. And then
Yeah.
another cool thing, what you could do, folks, is on your phone again, shoot it in portrait landscape. You could have an ending that's pre-recorded, and you can just keep it generic and use it at the end of every property like that, saying, "Folks, I'm Chris Jansen from EXP Realty, and we look forward to seeing you at the next open home at this, next inspection at this home, whatever it might be." And then you just keep it generic. You can taper it on at the end of each video, so it brands you a little bit as well.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Keep it simple, but the more you play around with it and the more you get involved with it, because at the end of the day, obviously there's things I don't even know about CapCut, and Bori's pointing out those things. The more you play with it, the more you learn it, and look, is an affordable, very effective way to do these types of things. Then you can go to the next level. Your professional videographers and photographers are using Premiere Pro. My 14, 15-year-old son, he's using DaVinci. He does car videos, so he's getting into DaVinci, which is a good one. It's free as well. So yeah, there's many to choose from, but CapCut's the simple one.
I'll tell you
Yes.
what,
I
super
guess the other
cool,
thing, just quickly, Chris, I guess the other thing is when you're offering on the table, when you're at a listing presentation, you're talking about marketing, you're offering a video for free. In terms of what we talk about, what this whole group is all about, trying to, rise above the competition. Being able to go, hey, guess what? We're going to be doing this. We're going to be doing that. We're going to be the pre-marketing. We're going to have
value
some
add.
videos. We're going to send it out to buyers. We're going to do this. And that's all complimentary. We're going to put it on Facebook for you. Just adding that extra layer could get you another listing.
Absolutely.
Well, it's just another value add. And, sure, you could charge the vendor $350 to get a video done for them. Or can you pay $150 yourself? Or maybe you only charge $25 per listing to get you $150 for CapCut for the entire year subscription. I don't know, use your discretion. For me, $150 to add value to my clients where I can do real social YouTube content for free. That's an invaluable value add for me. But just again, think of it not only from the selling the property experience point of view. Yes, it actually, I find it shows the vendor how passionate you are to go above and beyond about their own home. Like I get a lot of business because a seller will see, I seen that video that you did of that home, Chris, and the walkthrough, and I don't see other agents in the area doing that. And I really like that. You're very passionate. We can see that you know a lot about the home. And I think we often undervalue that. Yes, video is one thing for repurposing, but it actually helps me connect with the home intimately because when you're shooting a home, you know the age, you know the square meterage, you know the heating cooling features, you get to learn about the solar. Like this is stuff you're familiarizing yourself before it's on the market. So you become an absolute expert about that home, much like the homeowner. The last thing I want to note, wrap up on is don't undervalue the goodwill that comes from all the video that you can put together for future use. Okay. And again, we are in a business of marketing and branding, and our core objective here is to help brand you, the agent, more than anything else. So you're actually leveraging off of each and every listing that you do on an annualized basis, the opportunity to be branded, to be seen as a reputable brand that adds all the value add stuff, but all the additional marketing spin-off that you can do from each video, whether it be the lead generation ad form that Bori took us through last week, content on your YouTube. A lot of agents undervalue the value in being able to repurpose the content for life. You got it for life once it's on YouTube.
Yep. Yep. In addition to that, sorry, is get yourself a Dropbox or a good Google Drive account, because just offload that. You've got it for life. It's always there, because I know people like delete things from their phones. Save it, put it somewhere, because you can go back 3 years later. You go, oh, 3 years ago, we did this. Now look where it is now. You can do those comparison videos, which are really
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean,
I've got 2 terabytes on Google Drive, and I literally, for the last 13 years of my career, I've literally got everything on there.
that's
Everything
gold.
on there.
Yeah. And it's great
And
for a
also,
data dump. It's
yeah,
great for a
and
data
also,
dump because I know, like, you get to the end of the year. I know last year, like, my phone's running clunky, right? Because you forget all the videos you've exported onto your phone using the app. And you're like, God, I'm 98% full of memory. No wonder my phone's slow, right? Dump all that data into Google Drive or Dropbox, or upload it at minimum to YouTube. Absolutely. and then you can get rid of that stuff off your phone. So you run it, keep it nice and efficient. You're not like Bory running on dial-up in 2025
The floppy disk.
All the fire brigade guys. Too much burns in this chat today.
Or he's actually running his whole camera system through a Game Boy from 19. So it's pretty incredible footage.
Hey, you got to be careful. You're still 1080p, brother. So
know.
snap.
I know.
All
it's
right,
true.
mate. That's been an unreal session in under 45 minutes, being able to create a template to edit video from beginning to end. Again, you can do it on each property, or as I do, I just have the template and repurpose the new video the same for each home, just changing the text a little bit and obviously the background music.
One more thing.
Tony,
One more thing.
yes.
One more thing. I haven't done that. Let me just quickly do this. What you want to do is export it.
Oh yeah, we didn't do that. Yeah, sure. That's probably a good point, guys. That's important, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. So what I do is I do, for me, it's app. I call it Apple E or Command E. It might be Control E.
Just point out the button at the top there too, though, man. So for those that might not know, bottom top right, export. Top
Yeah.
right, there you go, the green button. So this is going to export the file now, folks, to MP4.
Yeah. So you can do it multiple things. You've got 480p, which is obviously what my camera is broadcasting in right now.
We've caught him. He's on 480p.
Oh, who's on
That's
dial-up
called a
now,
joke.
brother?
That's called a joke. I'm on a Mac Air, so it should be probably 1080. You got 720, 1080, 2K, and 4K. Once you get it to 4K, that's obviously high quality, but you're not going to improve your shit quality if you've recorded your stuff badly. So you can't make it better.
So to get the best quality, what should you have your phone settings on set on your camera phone, mate? Because like 1080p, yes, it's okay, but ultra high def, what
I
would you
would say
recommend?
on a phone, 2K, you said it's 2K or 4K at 30 frames per second or 60 frames per second.
Yeah.
But generally you'll be good at 2K or 4K at 30 frames per second. But when you're exporting, you obviously you want to sort of be considerate to how are you sending this, right? Are you going to send it via a text on message, iMessage? Are you going to send it as a text to a Samsung, which obviously struggles? You might be sending it on Messenger, which has about 100 megabytes. But you might, what I do sometimes as well is send it onto a Dropbox and then give the link and then send the link. So,
Yeah.
but they're your options here. You can do that. What have I done here? Uh-oh. Have I done something wrong here? I have. Go back
So
in.
yeah, like Tony said, so I folks download everything in 4K, 60p, which is ultra high def. Because it takes a little bit longer to download, but once you got it, you just upload it to YouTube. So whenever you want to, so for me, if I SMS it to someone or I share someone that video, you can just share the link directly from your YouTube page. Again, you're driving somebody to go to your YouTube page to watch, which is what we want. We'll be talking about the future of Evergreen in future sessions. But yeah, that's just what I do personally. 4K, 60 frames per second.
Yep. You can't lose. Look, you got your format. You got MP4 and .movie. I think your MOV option here is like a lossless. I think it's probably a little bit lossless, but it's still quite high quality. So yeah, and then you can export it to, you got your little button here, and you can go, well, maybe I'll just send it to. I use an external drive. If I could teach you anything, get yourself an external drive, and make sure that your downloads. Actually, let me just jump in there as well because that might be CapCut settings. Make sure that I think I'm saving to my computer here because of last night. But download to your external drive so you don't fill up your computer.
Yeah, or the cloud, obviously too. But yeah, the external drive. Don't dump anything on your computer, folks, because you'll cook your computer's memory and processing speed.
I was down pretty low last night, and I was like, oh no, what if my computer freezes up because I only had 10 gig of memory left? So make sure you use the external drive. I get lazy sometimes. I think we all do because I'm a creative person.
Just don't share your screen, bro.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and portable hard drives are so cheap these days. Like you can get massive ones for like $100, 5 terabytes or something. But make sure you get SSD. I find SSD is super quick. It's a lot faster, but yeah, don't put it onto your hard drive. I think that's all the question. Jody said, that's great. I've got myself DJI Osmo Mobile 6. Jody's ahead of the rest using my phone, but haven't taken the time to fully use it yet. That's cool. She's scared. We're all being scared, Jody. That is a natural human feeling,
So
right?
drone,
Um,
go out to a park.
yeah. Well, the first one's the hardest one, right, boys? I mean, I remember the days we used to shoot everything live as we are now, right? So, but mate, thanks for sharing. Epic session. There's stuff I've even taken out today that I didn't even know about CapCut. So, and that's really the objective of these sessions is to learn, grow, and have an agent's blueprint that we can all win and succeed and collaborate forward into the future. So, folks, that wraps up today. Next Friday's myself, I'm going to wrap up off the beginning of all of this with the lead generation, meta ads, the social assets and tiles Boris shared from last week. Again, a reminder, it's on our Alpha State of Mind group. He shared all those assets in Canva. I shared a few yesterday as well. Um, so jump on there if you're not already. Subscribe to the YouTube channel as well, so that way you'll get notifications of every time we're live anyway. So you don't have to go to Facebook events. You'll just get notified directly if you're subscribed. But the session next week will dovetail and just wrap this all up nicely. I'm going to jump into some AI creation and how to create some AI content that you can then repurpose that AI content into lead forms and lead generation through meta ads again as well. And then after that, Marco, fortnight's time. Marco, the man, what are you going to be covering off, brother?
Basically, systems and processes, my favorite things.
Yes.
Basically, on what you do on your ideal weeks. How do you look after your business plans, knowing your numbers, how many phone calls do you make in a day, how much of those phone calls are actually making you? That's a question that what's your ratio of list to sell? Your appraisal levels. Are you going in appraisals? Just real facts about what are you actually doing in your business? Are you lying it to yourself, or are you actually reading your numbers?
Brilliant, man. I'm looking forward to looking in the mirror on that session. And can we say, mate, what we shared in our group chat the other day about your exciting news? For those that may or may not know, Marco is an auctioneer. He's actually going to be our model EXP Realty here in South Australia, dedicated state auctioneer for our entire network of agents. Can we announce like what's on the horizon, brother? I mean, that's pretty
Oh,
big.
it's still a little bit of a quiet one there, but yeah, it's going to
Okay.
be basically a large golf day,
Yep.
and we've got it's a very exclusive kind of golf day for a charity, and a very big charity. And yeah, there's going to be a few guest speakers there that you might know, cricketing identities and stuff like that.
Ah.
But yeah, we've got some pretty big prizes, such as a lovely sail around the Whit Sundays, valued around about 30 to 40 grand. So that's some of the items I'll be auctioneering on the day. So
Well,
yeah,
that's the main point. He's going to be the main charity auctioneer on the day for this massive event in March, coming soon. Maybe share more details. Maybe I've let the cat out of the bag a bit early. Sorry, brother, if
that's
I
okay.
have.
We'll talk
I'm
about
just
it a bit more
excited for
next
you.
week. But I went out today. I bought myself lots of lemon, a bit of honey, for the voice, just getting it ready. Massage.
Just getting the vocals ready to roll. All right, folks. Thanks for joining us on this week's The Agents Weekly Blueprint by the Alpha State of Mind. As always, collaborate with us in the group chat. We look forward to seeing you each and every Friday. We are live, 10 a.m. ACD time, which is South Australian. So just convert that to whatever time zone you're in. Have a successful weekend ahead. We look forward to seeing you next weekend. Bye for now.